guys. Let's do an alien landscape today. I'm thinking pink. Clearly, look at all these pink colors. Oh, this is gonna be fun. These are some new tubes. I hadn't got the paper off, and so I've got press-on nails at the moment. Which means sometimes opening things are a little difficult. So you bring out the tools when you need them. It is what it is. Aren't those nails cute though? Oh man, I love these. I could wear these all year round. I really like them. Am I drinking coffee at 9 p.m. at night? Yes, I am. Why, yes, I am. Fight me. Don't fight me. I'm actually a very quiet person. I don't really fight people too much, so don't fight me, please. Please be nice. Your little art auntie Melissa is here for encouragement, not for fighting, okay? But anyways, I wanted to start this alien landscape series because, well, first, I like daydreaming about landscapes and other planets, but also to show people that you can make something pretty cool with cheap supplies. You don't need fancy paint. You don't need fancy supplies, fancy brushes, fancy you don't need any of that stuff. All you need is some imagination and a little bit of paint. It can be cheap paint, like this. This is craft paint that you can get at, okay, so I'm in the States. This paint is called Folkart, and it's just a cheap craft paint. You can get it at Walmart, you can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any of those kind of places. $1 a tube. If you're in other places in the world, I don't know where you can get it, but in the U.S., you get it at those places. And there's nothing special about it. It's just cheap craft paint. So if you can't find this stuff, any cheap craft acrylic paint will do. And I'm not gonna specifically call out the colors and all that kind of stuff, because that's not the point. The point is not to directly copy what I do. The point is to maybe just inspire somebody to paint who otherwise wouldn't. If this looks like fun to you, please, why don't you try some? Isn't they fun? I love these. I think they're just so much fun, and it's so relaxing, and it's such a nice way to be present with your own mind for a couple hours. These alien landscapes, I actually can do these. I do these pretty fast because I'm not focused on detail like I normally am. Most of these I can knock out in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Most of them are like that. They're not all, but most of them are like that because it's just kind of a casual daydream. That's what these are. I'm inviting you into my daydreams. What do you guys think about? This is what I think about. This is what I spend time daydreaming about. I think about landscapes on other planets with the composition of other kinds of chemicals and minerals and rocks in different sort of circumstances with different gravities. Oh man, I geek out about this kind of stuff. I daydream about it. And I got my 9 p.m. coffee because I'm an adult and nobody can stop me except for myself. I should stop myself, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have a good time instead. Let's make some cool stuff, guys. So what do you think? Maybe mountain range, maybe some clouds, maybe a little of mist. Pink mist. Oh, wouldn't that just be so delightful to walk through? Pink mist. I might have, some of these, they just hit me the right kind of way. Pink for some reason is just, it's an ecstatic color. Well, certain pinks. There's a very bright, specific fuchsia that's always come to me as a very angry pink. So pinks have different tones. They have different emotions and they emote different things for me. But I think that would be quite a lovely experience. Walking through pink fog. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? I can imagine climbing a mountainside all by yourself on a trail. There are rocks and little bristles of things because you're high in the mountains and there's not much that grows up there. But you're high enough that you're almost partially in a cloud. So it's like you're walking through this pink mist. What do you think about my caffeine-fueled daydream today? That's where I'm going today. Isn't that fun? I'm not trying to be super specific and super detailed in these. That's not the point. The point is to get across to daydream. I want to invite you into what I daydream about. Step into my brain for a minute. It's a colorful place. On the rare occasions, I've got some good speaking abilities, which is rare. I don't speak so well. It is what it is. It's not one of my natural talents. I have to work at speaking real hard. But on the rare occasions that I am speaking okay, I have tried to explain what my brain is like. And the most concise way I can explain it is that life is always with the saturation turned all the way up. It is what it is. So saturation turned all the way up. As I am very prone to sensory overload, and quite often related to crowds and noise. I do not do well in loud places or around loud talkers. I just don't. I also don't do well with bright lights. So anything that is extra. So like anything that is similar to a concert. Anything like that. I really struggle with. Because, guess the parts of a concert. Large crowds, flashy bright lights, extreme loudness. So yeah, concerts are very, very hard. Especially when the saturation for life is already turned all the way up. There's not really anywhere for it to go, except for to glitch. And that's when you get sensory overload, when you glitch. The brain and the body glitches. So, that's okay. I think that's just one of the aspects of life I have to deal with as the price for the other gifts I have been given. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. It's just a lot of society is not made for me, and that's okay. It's just a very healthy thing for me to recognize and accept and move on and grow and keep doing cool stuff, because that's what I want to do. I want to paint my daydreams. That's what I want to do today. And clearly drink way too much coffee way too late at night. I'm sure you can hear all the extra energy in my voice. I'm speaking a lot faster than I normally do. I'm usually a pretty slow speaker, just because talking for me is quite hard. Yeah, it is what it is. In a way, these videos kind of help me. They do. It's practice in a lot of ways. And look, this mountain range coming along. It's coming. It's still got some work to do. We're gonna keep working. But then again, keep in mind, you're not gonna like all the things you ever paint. You're just not. It is part of being an artist and making art stuff. Because let me tell you an artist secret. Guess what? Even those of us who have been doing this for decades, a lot of us don't like most of the stuff we make. I don't. I like maybe 1 out of every dozen paintings I do. It's it's reality for me. But that's part of growing. It's part of learning art, is that there are different stages between what your hand can do and what your brain wants it to do. So sometimes those stages are the same. Sometimes your hand can do exactly what your brain wants to do. And sometimes the two are different. And that's when you need to pay attention to what's actually making you uncomfortable. Because that uncomfortable feeling can lead you to where you need to work on. And it's a fascinating way to learn about yourself and to learn about how to grow art. I think it's a very valuable thing to think about and to use. Because as we're going on here, I don't like how this mountain range is coming out. I just don't like it yet. And I think so far, there's just not enough dimension in it. I think that's what I don't like about it yet. I think that's it. But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep working on this. We'll see where it takes us. You're along for the ride too. And thank you for hanging out for a little while. I always have a fun time talking. I think it is so fun to produce these videos. It's such a delightful way to expand the art that I do already. Because let me tell you, this is what I do in my free time by myself anyway. And just doing it in YouTube, it becomes something else. I get to double dip. I get to make the painting, and I get to make the video. Oh, and that's fun. I have such a good time. And maybe with luck, this video will reach somebody who wants to paint, but hasn't quite built up the encouragement yet. Maybe you just need a little extra encouragement. Over the years, I've met a lot of people who want to paint, who want to be able to do stuff like this, who would love to be able to paint a daydream. Well, you know what? Guess what? You can. I guarantee it. I guarantee if you spent the time and you spent the effort, you could learn how to paint. I promise. I really do. I think a lot of people in this world just need a little extra encouragement. Because, as you get older, you don't really need less encouragement. Adults don't need less encouragement than they did when they were kids. Not at all. You just don't get as much. Very few people. As an adult, you will find encouragement from very few places. You have to look really hard for it. When you're a kid, you get it on a regular basis. You get it from teachers. You get it from your parents. You get it from maybe other siblings or aunts or uncles or cousins, or you can get it from a lot of places. And as you get older, that isn't always the case, and that's okay. It's just, I think you have to spend more time looking for it. You have to search it out. You have to search out for those good things if you want good things. If you want something, go look for it. If you want good news, go look for good news. If you want some quiet time where you can just spend time being present with yourself, maybe try painting. Maybe painting is a good way for you to do that. Because you know what? You don't have to like the outcome. Because, a lot of artists don't like the outcome either. But, I love painting as a way to be almost meditative. It's very meditative for me. In that I'm able to clear my mind and just focus on colors and shapes and movement and the actual physical aspects of holding the brush and feeling paint get everywhere that it shouldn't go, because I'm a little messy, because you can tell I got paint everywhere. There is pink on everything. I can't seem to help myself. Plus pink is a very in your face color sometimes. Like this one, it's a little in your face. But what I'm doing right now is, since I don't really like where it's going, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to do something that, because, let me put it this way. I do not fear art. I don't. I do not fear messing up a painting. I don't at all. Because sometimes, well, you know what? If I'm not gonna like it anyway, well, what's the harm? How am I gonna ruin it if I already don't like it? So, I feel very comfortable to take risks. And what I'm doing right now, laying on these weird little spotty things, is taking a risk. Because after I get these down, you're gonna see the next step and you're like, oh, girl, why'd you do that? But, come along for the ride and see how I mess up a painting until I like it a little better. And sometimes you gotta mess up a painting before you like it. It's just part of the journey. Cause you got nothing to lose. It's a painting. Nothing to lose at all. They kind of look like stalactites, don't they? Oh wait, is that on the top of a cave or the bottom of a cave? Like, they have different names and I never remember. But clearly this is not a cave. This is a mountain range. This is a pink mountain range. But we're gonna add all sorts of little stipplings everywhere because it needs some texture, it needs some stuff. See, look at this brush. It's a makeup brush. Okay, I repurposed makeup brush, but look. Smear it. And then look how magical that turned out. I like it so much better. It's just... See? Like 3 minutes of messing up a painting and it turned into something I like. See, sometimes you just gotta take a risk. It's part of the deal. But, you know, here she is. Oh, thank you all for watching. I had a good time.